The thing is that we live in this world, in this reality, and the problem is that we perceive this reality like a fact, like this is what we see, what we believe, we know that it exists. This is reality. The problem is that it's not true. What we perceive as reality, it's illusion. And if we don't learn, if you not learn Torah in deep level, we live in some matrix, in some illusion that we think that this is reality. I think majority of the people in the world, they they relate to this world like something that objective. This is thing that exists. But Judaism comes and explain to you, no, it's not objective. It depends on your perception. It's a result of interaction between man, conscious, and something that we call tohu vavohu, or chaos. Why it's important, so important, to get rid of this illusion that our world is real, that this is reality. First, because it's not true, and I will show you why why it's not true. But second, it's also because it doesn't let you live real world, the spiritual world. Our physical world, like captured our conscious, our perception, and convinced us in its reality. This table convinced me that the table exists. It's lied to me that the table exists. But when I analyze, when I think about, when I check it, I understand, no, this table is it's only it's a result of my mind and chaos. It's table, not table, and not cloud, and not mountain. They not exist without man. And we have to know how important, how center our role in this world. And that we can understand by quantum physics. What physics prove that maybe I'll show you. This is like in picture, like a
Bluetooth disconnected.
Mm-hmm. Look. The reason I explained it once that in this animated cartoon movie, but now I'll show you it again. There is a experiment in laboratories that they shows that if you send some electron, if you shoot electron to some screen, and in this screen there are two, how to say it, two
slits.
how
Slits.
slit
Again, slits.
slit two slit things. This electron will go to here, and we will expect that there is the detector, some another screen. That in this screen, this electron will mark two things like this, right? If you shoot more, here in this place, we'll see those like a lot of small marbles like this, right? Now, what they figure out in physics that if you shoot not electrons, just like some pieces of some balls, that will be, but electron will create here not these kind of things, but these kind of marks. And these kind of marks will exist only if the electron is wave. Because wave, when it comes in two slits, it makes interfering, and here it appears in this way. Until now, it's understandable what I told you. Now, they wanted to put some detector. It's like an eye. Detector that want to see how electron behave here, in which slip it comes, from this or from this. And if you put this detector, electron knows that you checked him, you detect him, and it change its behavior. And here will be only two like this, only that. Without detector, it's wave. When there is detector, it's just like a small particle. How it can be? Electron knows that somebody looks at him, at it. It's impossible. Electron cannot know anything. But they show that yes. Now, what's the conclusion of this experiment? Conclusion is something unbelievable. When this experiment did the Jewish scientist, his name was Niels Bohr from Copenhagen. Niels Bohr, when he discovered this thing, he went to Einstein, and he was his teacher, and he told him that's what he discovered. Einstein said it's impossible. Why?
Bluetooth connected.
It's impossible.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Why is it impossible? He says because it means that all the world created by from these electrons. And if nobody will look on moon will disappear. It's impossible. It's ridiculous. It's you say, and in this point they separated. After 50 years, Another scientist, also Jewish scientist in America, named David Mermin, he published some article. The name of this article, "Is there any moon when nobody looks?" That was the name of article. And he proved in this article that if there is no conscious, the moon, and not only moon, all the world, but the moon won't be exist. But what it will? Like in this room now, this room full of waves, waves of radio, waves of TV, and WhatsApp and everything, full of waves. We don't feel it, we don't see it. Only when you open your phone, you can see those waves, right? But they exist, you don't see them. The same thing, this table. This table is wave because it consists from electrons. This table and this chair and myself and this room, everything is from electrons and proton and elementary particles, nuclear. So it means that without conscious, it won't disappear. It just won't be touchable. It won't be kind of matter that you can feel it. It will be wave. This will be wave. And only when there is conscious, there is mind, some man can perceive, will be some perception, then physical world will be touchable, will be physical, you can see moon. But if no won't be any man, won't be moon. I know that it's difficult to accept, I know. But think logically, without this experiment. Think logically by yourself about anything else. For example, there is famous question of George Berkeley. He's a British philosopher. George Berkeley asked famous question: if there is some tree that fall down in the forest and nobody hear this falling of this tree, is a sound of a tree that fall down? Think. If nobody now in this room would be a sound of this falling? What do you think? Why?
We already said that when we observe a phenomenon, we are changing the phenomenon. This is one of the basic rules. When you
Yes, you're right, but it's it's in the physics. Now I ask you in philosophy. It will be this sound if nobody will be in this room.
Yes, but you don't hear it.
That is what usually people answered. And George Berkeley wanted to prove that it's not true. Won't be a sound. How come? He says like this: what do you mean when you say sound? Now, when I make this, what I did by that, I created waves of sound. Waves. Those waves, they here in this room, right? But wave nobody can perceive. It just wave. And wave, like now, this room full of waves of radio. You hear something? No. Wave exists? Yes. Is it sound for you? No. What for you? Wave. This, what I make now, I create waves. When it became sound, only when you perceive this wave as a sound. Right? So what does it mean sound? Sound, it's interaction between wave and your conscious, your mind. This is a sound, and this is a vision color, and this is a table, and this is a moon. Everything exists only when there is man's conscious. Yeah.
If I don't, the concept of acceptation, assume that I hear, then I hear. Otherwise,
Yes, you're right. You have to assume, right? Because even if you hear, but if someone he's like he's crazy, he doesn't have any, or idiot, or some retarded, like, or it's also won't be sound. Sound, it's only with personality, right?
Yeah. So same thing with the eyes.
Yes, the same with eye. Eye,
Power off.
we don't see with eye, we see by our brain. Brain is using this apparat, yeah. It calls eye, but we see by brain. Without eyes, brain cannot see, but not eye they see. And in this way, it's all the world, all reality.
But it still exists. Like, maybe not the sound that we think is the sound, but the waves are still there. If you tap, the waves will be there.
Only if you hear, if you exist, then
No, then you know that's a sound. But when, for example, if you don't hear anything, and this happens, the wave will be there, no matter if you hear
yes,
it or not.
wave will be
Right.
like now. Wave in
Yes.
this room, full of waves.
Yeah, the light waves.
Yes, I mean even waves of sound, but it's for you. You are not accept that. For
You
you,
don't see
they
it
not
as a wave.
exist. There is a wave.
But you don't see it as a wave. You hear it as
You
a
don't.
sound.
You
You
don't.
see it as an object.
Yeah,
and stuff.
for you, this wave not exist. It exists only theoretically, but you not perceive this wave. And in these ways, it's everything, and this table also. Table is wave that became be in certain form, in certain way, only because our brain. And that is the difference between Jewish approach to the reality and not Jewish. For example, Shakespeare, Imach Shmo, he used to say, there is expression, maybe you've heard this expression, all the world is a stage, and we are actors. We have our enters and our role, And we are coming to this world, like we are going from this world, but the stage is remain in the same place. They behave, they relate to this world like something objective, and that is lie. Our world is not objective. Our world is a result of interaction between waves, between creation, but creation is not, Akadosh Baruch Hu didn't create sun and moon and mountains and lakes and the clouds and animals and the flowers. Kadosh Baruch Hu didn't create them. Kadosh Baruch Hu create the tohu vavohu. I don't know how to say it in English, tohu vavohu, but it's like a chaos. Yeah. Kadosh Baruch Hu create a chaos. I don't know how they can they translate. Va'aretz eita tohu vavohu. Chaos, probably. Ramban says, what does mean chaos? What does it mean tohu vavohu? It's something that you really don't know what it is.
Can I assume that he disappeared?
He
Disappear. Because
disappeared.
he don't exist as he is. Because he is something that he is not.
Mhm. Yeah. That's what Einstein told to Niels Bohr. He said to him, if nobody looks in the moon, is moon will disappear? Is there a moon when nobody looks? That's what his question was. And 50 years later, the Jewish physician, his name is David Mermin, he wrote an article in Physics Today, in a very famous magazine, and he proved that if there is no observer, there is no object. Physically.
But there's still waves.
But it's those waves nobody perceive, like you not like now you not perceive these
Right.
sounds.
Right. In that
It-
sense,
it-
you don't see
For
it,
you,
don't
you don't see.
you can't perceive it, but it's still there. It exists.
It's
It's
it
not an
exi-
object, but
Yes,
exists.
but but what you're right. You're right. But what you define as exist, it's only what you perceive. When you say now exist, it's for you, it's not existence. For you, it's information.
Yes.
When this information became exist, only when there is perception. Man. No man, no existence. It's only information, only wave.
Can I use if I don't perceive something, I don't see it.
Yes, you're right.
Like I smell good, or think, oh, this beautiful.
Hmm.
But if you don't perceive it,
Yes.
this don't exist.
You know what you say now? It's written in Gemara in a Tractat Rosh Hashanah, in page 23. It's written like this: if there is a scholar, Talmid Chacham, and he doesn't teach nobody his knowledge, what is there any benefit? Is it do something good? If it is there some something? And Gemara says that this guy, it's look like I don't know how it's in English. Adas. Adas. It's like a mirit,
That's
mirta. Adasim in when you say in Sukkot, you have adas.
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 Yes.
How is in English adas? Mirta, no?
Yeah, okay. I
These
know.
Good question.
trees.
No, I know. Yeah.
Adas. Okay.
Myrtle, you're saying?
Myrtle.
Myrtle?
Myrtle. Yeah.
Myrtle.
Okay.
We call
Okay.
it Myrtle.
But in Italian it's mirta.
Myrtle.
Mirto. Oh, I told you. Yeah. Adas. It's written. It's adas with no smell, like adas in desert. Is this adas smell in desert? Answer is no. No, there is no smell. What it is there? Molecular of smell, not smell. What you call smell, it's only when you have your brain, your perception, your personality. That is the idea of Judaism, how we relate to this world. Who are you? You are not, as how Shakespeare said, oh, well, we come to the world. No, Judaism said, this world exists and was created for you. You are main hero here. You are not one of objects of this world. And they make a film, as I told you before.
So it is for this is the reason why, for example, the Ramkal says that the creation is a continuous process. So if only for 1 second tohu vabohu disappear, there will be in any creation.
Yes. Yeah. I'll show you this movie.
I think something very. If you
Just a moment.
What? Nothing?
You sleep.
Oh no, because it is not there.
Sam Vicks, smart, yet simple. Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth connected.
בלוח הצילום ויצרו פס מואר מול החריץ הפתוח.
Now,
לאחר מכן נורו כמה
what I show you here, there is now I can see it in the movie. Do you see? You see?
Yeah, little bit.
אלקטרונים בודדים בזה אחר זה, כאשר שני החריצים היו פתוחים. והנה האלקטרונים השאירו עקבות בצורת פסים מוארים וחשוכים לסירוגין. עקבות אלה אופייניים לתופעת ההתהפכות של גל העובר דרך שני החריצים. מכאן מתבקשת המסקנה שכל אחד מהאלקטרונים עבר בשני החריצים גם יחד.
This man, he is professor in physics, Professor Yirmiyahu Branover, but he was in Russia and he get like a Russian education, communist, and everything. When he discovered all those things, he make tshuva, he became religious
He became a Chabadnik.
and became Chabadnik. And he went to meet Rabbi in New York. And since then, he teach this thing, and I met him, I knew him, and he explained all those ideas in light of Torah.
When he spoke to the Rebbe started speaking to him about this. What Professor Branover, what Professor Branover said, that he, 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 what Professor Branover said, that his main thing is the what are those things called on top of the roofs that get the sun?
Like a hydraulical things, I think he was. Okay, no,
What
physics.
what do they call them? The you get electricity from the
Antennas?
Solar
no
panels.
solar
Mhm.
solar
Panels.
panels. So he is the mumche of that.
Mhm, mhm.
So and he started speaking to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe knew exactly what he was talking about.
Wow. Yes, this famous things that Rabbi knew a lot of things like this.
זה לא יכול להיות, אבל זו עובדה. באחד הצילומים יש לנו הוכחה שהאלקטרון מתנהג כמו חלקיק, ובצילום השני הוא מתנהג כמו גל. איך יכול האלקטרון לעבור בשני החריצים בו זמנית? אם אמרנו שהאלקטרון הוא חלקיק גופיפי שאינו יכול להתחלק לשניים, ואולי נוכל לגלות באיזה משני החריצים עבר האלקטרון באמת? לא. מסתבר שאם נציב גלאים ליד כל חריץ,
This is the detector that I talk about.
נמנע למעשה את התנהגות האלקטרון כגל, ונכפה עליו התנהגות של חלקיק.
If you're not measuring those electrons, they are waves. Yeah, only when man has detector, like he knows that he looks on this electron became be particle, like something something not wave, but it's like a collapse of a function of waves, it calls.
כאן אנחנו מגיעים למסקנה מרחיקת לכת. הטבע משנה את התנהגותו כאשר האדם צופה בו.
What he says now, the nature changed itself only when man looks at it, on it.
כאשר קיים אדם המודד את התופעה, מתנהג האלקטרון כמו חלקיק. וכאשר האדם איננו צופה בו, מתנהג האלקטרון כמו גל. המדען יוג'ין ויגנר,
You see, this scientist, Eugene Wigner, many years ago, about 30 years ago, I don't remember exactly, I teach those things in another class. Well, now it's a Russian department, there I teach. And in my class was one guy that he was student of Eugene Wigner. Eugene Wigner, he's a Nobel Prize winner in physics. And he's student. And he told me that he went to Eugene Wigner and asked him how it can be that what you say, that everything became be physical only after that man can look at it, but it's written in Torah that man was created in 6th day of creation. And Wigner answered to him, it proves that God exists. He says, how? He says, if man was in 6th day, and it already was like a sun and moon and mountains and lakes and sea and oceans and all that. So how it exists? It God's wisdom make all that. And when he told me that, I started to laugh to myself. I told myself, like two non-religious Jews, that they don't believe and they don't act as a Jew, as a religious people. They learned physics, quantum physics, and mathematics, and they start to talk something about. So what they talk about God, about Genesis, about that and that, how to explain. For him, it was like difficulty. But man was created only in 6 days of creation. How can be the animal was it's written in Torah, and you understand? And that he's telling about this Eugene Wigner.
הוכיח שהשינוי בהתנהגות האלקטרון לא יכול להתבצע על ידי מכשיר או על ידי בעל חיים.
Look, now he shows you like those waves, and look what happened. When man can meet those waves, look.
הוא אדם, ואשר אין לו בחירה חופשית. עצמים דוממים משנים את התנהגותם רק כאשר אדם צופה בהם. במילים אחרות, העצם נהפך לגלי הסתברות הממלאים את החלל כולו ומעידים על גודל ההסתברות שהעצם יימצא ברגע מסוים בנקודה מסוימת ושיהיו לו תכונות פיזיקליות מסוימות. רק לאדם ישנה בחירה חופשית שאינה כפופה לחוקי הטבע. אפשר להבין מכך שעצם ההתבוננות האנושית היא המקנה מובן ומשמעות למציאות. אם אין אדם שצופה בעצם, אין עצם זה קיים כלל מבחינה מדעית.
You saw it?
But this is only with men, not between animals.
Only men.
So they said this superpower is only with men.
Men, only men.
So if there's no one, a dog doesn't exist because.
So nothing will exist. There is no animal, nothing.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Nothing exists without man.
Power off.
So what we learn from that, what the conclusion? Conclusion is that if you relate to this physical world as a reality, it disturbs you. It makes you live in lie. It's not true. Physical world is only result of our consciousness. And if like this, you have to look for what stands behind this physical world, what it's really here exists. And when you understand that, you start to live the reality, spiritual world of morality, world of mitzvot, Torah. That is what really exists. And in this way, we'll never die. Because what will die? Your physical world will die, body will die, but your perception is eternal. Your who are you really? It's infinite. And in this way, we know that we try to suit our life with our faith. You believe in something, right? So we try that our life will be suitable to our faith, that we will behave in our life according to our faith, because that is reality. And everything else is not reality, it's illusion. Illusion when you think that it's a reality. But if you understand that it's not reality, it's for you, it's not illusion, it's indication. It's like it shows you how you should live, what you should do, how you should behave, everything. Okay, so that's all.
One thing more, if you pursue your husband, you know, because I had a picture for you. If I was, nobody see me